I'm just doing a report on Hilton brand hotels, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad. But you're right on point, my friend. What's going on? How was your evening?
Busy. Yeah, just a lot of stuff going on, and the first quarter of the year, so just getting things organized and then we're going through a new origination system over the last month, and now it went live as of March 1st, nationally. So of course the system is
Glitch?
getting a lot of stress right now.
Glitch?
Everybody's on it now, so we're
Sure.
going to work out the bugs. That's all.
No, it's not a big deal. That's one of my specialties, by the way. I'm a systems guy, integrations and logic, which most, as you know, especially in the loan origination software, missing a logic point here and there. Not to their fault. I get it. A lot of variables, but even Calyx, for example, or Encompass, out of, say, 10,000 variables, connections, they both have like one or two flaws. Not as bad as it used to be. But who's your new origination system?
We're using Blend. We're still using the Black Knight version of Empower.
Okay, not familiar with either of them, but I think doesn't matter. All good, all good. As long as most banks are using like their own proprietary system, and I think that is going. I think that's not happening anymore because, at least from my experience, if it's your own proprietary system and it's flawed, who you can blame it on?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Like it's something that's federally compliant, like Core Logic or something like that.
Yeah.
That's working hand in hand with the federal government with regards to regulations and guidelines. So, but yeah, Chad. So when you talked yesterday, you said that you're back in town. You're doing something else. You mentioned a couple things real quick, and you mentioned something about part-time employment. You also mentioned about immediate employment, and then you said you're doing a special project. Those are the things I got out of yesterday's 5-minute conversation with you.
Okay. I can touch on them all real quick. My part-time is overtime, full-time. I just say that as a escape of the mind, so I don't feel like I am back in the 90s with a calculator in hand, working out amortization schedules. But so my part-time is full-time, 40 hours minimum. I do work pretty hard. I'm a thinker. So once I learn the opportunity here, I'll figure out ways to maximize my time with this opportunity in mind. But new projects, I'm working on a bunch of web projects, about 50 companies of my own. But I'm just acting as a marketing company. So web development plus marketing. So I'm selling my project.
What kind of marketing company do you have?
It's called We Cool Concepts. It's web development inspired by my experience in the financial fields, both mortgage and insurance. Obviously, if you can market for mortgages and insurance, it's the most competitive, honest marketing platforms out there because, APR disclosure, same, similar types of disclosures in insurance. We don't play the games the other companies play. But so my web development skills, and not to toot my own horn, but pretty good. Been doing it since like 2007. I just hadn't had the time or the realization that, this is what I want to do. So that's what I'm doing. But again, it's more of a hobby and it's a big money maker for me, but more of a hobby, something I enjoy doing. I keep telling people, and they take me the wrong way, that I'm retiring as a loan officer and concentrating on marketing. And it's funny because what it does to people's thought process and head, oh man, awesome, good for him. Now they want to throw me business. Now they got questions. But with that said, I'm not retiring. In retirement, I'm going to be working harder than ever, just making a lot more money and doing things in a happier fashion. But yeah, like I said yesterday, I don't want to commit to more than, let's say, best case, initially out the gate within the first 6 months, volume of 10 units plus a month. Ideally, I'd like to do 5 or 6 consistently. That's my comfort zone when I feel like I'm not working and enjoying myself and concentrating on making more money by not working than working real hard. If that makes any sense. Sorry to confuse you, be a dummy, but just letting you into my head. But so that touches on the marketing standpoint. I've got a title company I'm rolling out with called Tom Sawyer Title. I have Tom Sawyer Group, a real estate group I'm working with, some pretty big realtors here in Ohio at Howard Hanna. I've got a bunch of guys at Keller Williams, played football with in high school. So the Ohio market is my goal for now. It's just a good market across the board, very consistent. And I've been in markets like South Florida, Las Vegas, and California, where are as far as appreciation and loan types, non-QM type stuff, which I don't enjoy doing, and I probably will never do one. I don't know. I don't even know if you offer it. You shouldn't. It's a liar loan, and you can get people in trouble. But more importantly, they're paying the butt. At the end, there's always a turn down process. There's always something good enough for the next company to come in and swipe it from you, make a one-time concession on something that shouldn't even be required. But yeah, with that said, I say things as far as volume, but my numbers are real. I can document, W-2 income, in the mid-fours as a loan officer. But I do have some questions if you got a minute, like real quick questions. We could probably go through them in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I have some questions for you as well, so go ahead.
Okay, we'll get into compensation here in a second. But let me see real quick. Okay, processing assistant. How does that work?
$20 million in volume per year.
To get a processor / assistant, same thing?
Yep, get an assistant where that'll help you out, correct.
Okay, and what do you do initially? How do you handle that?
Just files go into the system, full completed package, and then it goes to our fulfillment center, which you will be assigned a processor.
Okay, gotcha. So I get a processor through fulfillment off the bat. I got to prepare the package, send it in appropriately, and then at what point? Let's say I do $2 million a month, 1.75 a month to get assistant processor. So at what point? Let's say I do $2 million a month on average for the first 4 months. How soon can I get a assistant / processor?
1 year.
1 year. Okay.
1 year or more.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. LOS. It was called the LOS system was called what again?
It's right now it's Empower, but we just changed the name to Epic, which is a platform of Black Knight, which is like the Empower base. That's what it's called. And then in the next few more months, we're just going to a web-based platform called Blend.
Okay, Blend. Okay. Like, does that have anything to do with the ex-CEO of Fannie Mayopoulos, whoever his name is? He's got a company called Blend.
It could be.
Yeah, he's got a company called Blend. Not a fan of the guy, but regardless, who cares? Probably a very good system, hopefully. Okay, website. I checked your website out. One day I'll talk to your website people, but not today. Locations. I was checking out your location indicator or search online.
Yeah.
And are you guys state or Fed chartered? You know?
Fed.
Okay. All right. Cool. So if I want to do loans in Hawaii, for example, I've got clients there. A lot of I'm a VA specialist. That was my specialty when I was doing high volume. Was veteran loans, and right now there's never been a better time again for IRRRLs. But Hawaii, are you guys good?
We will go in all 50 states except for maybe one or two, like North Dakota or New Hampshire or something like that. But yeah, we could.
Okay.
That's a non-footprint state, so we still would have to. We still could originate in there. Correct.
Okay, cool. Just double checking. I figured that. Okay. And then supermarket locations. Just a side note. My family was in the supermarket business here in Ohio specifically a long time ago. You sound like you're probably my age or close to it. But my family was part of the group that Giant Eagle definitely eventually bought out like 55 stores or something like that. But with that said, like Mark's, not a big fan, but I know Mark. I tried to do something with him. Let's think. 2005 with AmeriQuest. Getting banking into Mark's. He's got like 50 some stores. It's not a big deal, but side note, if you guys are interested, those are projects I could work on. fairly simply, nationwide. So I've got tons of contacts in what do you call it? The grocery store business. So anyhow, okay, LOS. Okay, um, okay. Now, do you guys give your loan officers any sort of marketing budget or expense account?
No, we have internal marketing that's free. So we have stuff that is very tastefully done.
Uh-huh.
We have a back office marketing team, and they actually you submit things to them. They actually not revise. They just review it and make sure it's compliant before going out. But they do it all for you. You could do some marketing on your own, like with Zillow leads or postcards, or working with construction. Those things, if you get into those kind of organizations, we have done an expense with that, but it's not like on a monthly. It's just like be a part of that organization, like the Chamber of Commerce, if you had to have an entry fee, or
Okay, cool. I got you.
Yeah, stuff like that.
All right, cool.
You don't get a budget yourself now.
No problem. I was just asking. You never know until you ask. They say. Okay. Okay. Now, as far as base points, units, and unit tier structure. Okay. Base points on average. Let's say you don't. Let's say you're below the first tier of units. What does a BIP start at?
If you have a return, if you have a referral within the bank,
Mm-hmm.
like from a branch, it's 43 basis points.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do your own self-gen, it starts at 70 basis points and goes up from there.
Okay.
Based on tiers.
Okay, so you said it starts at where? 70?
$700 per loan.
Oh, wait, real quick. So, okay, 43 bips on a referral, and then 70, you said, even?
74.
74, okay. 74 on self-gen?
Yes.
And this is before any tier. Okay, okay, perfect. Okay, and then 700, you said?
Per unit, regardless of the size of the loan. So if you did a $50,000 loan, you're still going to get paid $700.
Okay, so 700 is it in addition to or a minimum?
Minimum.
Okay.
If you do a loan that is a CRA loan or LMI loan, which we do have, those are $1,000 a month per unit.
What's an LMI loan?
Low to moderate income.
Low to, like, so is it a mortgage loan?
Yes. Yeah. So anybody who is in a low to moderate income census tract area, we do lend in those areas by OCC regulations. So we actually, low to moderate areas where the housing dollar amounts might be $40,000 or $50,000 or $80,000. Instead of paying you basis points on that, we give you $1,000 flat fee.
Cool. Okay, gotcha. Very cool. So, does it have to be like FHA or home ready, home possible, or could it be anything?
It can be anything as long as the customer or the house falls within the census tract guideline.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
that means if they meet the medium income for that area, or if the house is in an actual census tract area, geo-tracker census tract area for low to moderate.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Never heard that terminology before. Very cool. Okay. Okay. And then what happens if I hit the first unit tier, bonus tier? Or in other words, let's say I have let's concentrate for a second on self-gen, and let's say I hit the first tier structure or tier plateau, whatever you want to call it. What does my 74 bips go up to?
It can go up to 80 basis points with quarterly bonuses and or regular like volume. So it's not bad because we give you, a laptop, we give you all these leads, we give you all the marketing. If you're running your own business, that's an overhead expense.
Mm-hmm.
We also give you leads from the branches to actually work. So we give you all that plus a 401k plus benefits. So that's why the basis points are a little bit less than if you were to go to a broker house where all that you have to be out of pocket. things I just mentioned. So it's really not that bad if you go to all things considered if you're running a franchise and you're maximizing the program as designed, and you're still going to have all those freebies behind it.
Cool. Okay, so all right, so it goes to the 80 bips. Is there quarterly bonuses like that are?
Yes.
Okay.
Quarterly and annually.
Okay, and how is that structured?
There will be an additional bips on top of your tier for that month. So it could be your NPS scores or customer satisfaction scores, file quality, and pull-through ratios.
Okay, what's like the max bonus you've ever seen?
You know what? We have some really, really big hitters. You know, then we got people doing over 250 million or $40 million a year, $50 million a year, $250 million a year. So I'm sure their bonuses are quarterly and annually are a lot higher. So, you know, really, I don't see their bonuses, but I just see their overall volume. So I would just take back in from there. You know what I mean? Because they're doing $250 million a year. That's a lot. So, you know, you're hitting the quarterly bonus, you're hitting the annual bonus. So multiply that by the 250, 3 extra basis points. So maybe another 75,000.
So you're looking about max bonus around roughly 3 bips quarterly or monthly, based on the quarterly.
Yes, additional.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Okay, so let's get to the ramp up process. Again, you know, I've got, just so you know, I've got title company rolling out. I think I told you, but you're just gonna be selling it here. Check it out when you get a chance. Believe it or not, I think I told you my portals and my passcodes and some of my domains have been attempted to be stolen from me. It's a joke. They think they can get away with it. They can't, but they can really stop you in your tracks and really screw you up for a long time. But check out, check out virtualtitlepros.com. That's me. I assigned virtualtitlepros.com to my tomsawyertitle.com website that I'm building out. It's almost done. It's pretty cool, but it's a very drink related, like a Tom Sawyer having a cocktail, celebrating a closing type of deal. But yeah, so it's not gonna make sense if you look at Virtual Title Pros. The design doesn't match. Like in Virtual Title Pros is gonna be a cool one. I'm gonna do a completely different design for that, but TomSawyerTitle.com. You know, I own the domain and used to have it assigned, but I own us 101. It's a company worth over 100 billion. They literally internally changed my passcodes, locked me out, I have like 12 websites built with them. They told me, and I have them on recording, it's crazy, that my websites are gone. My tens of thousands of hours worth of work are gone. My domains, for the time being, are gone. I have to give them a domain list of my roughly 50 domains. But yeah, Tom Sawyer Title. I love the name. Bad, mean title machine. But yeah, so I don't know how I got on this tangent here, but point being, hopefully down the road, if we can work something out, I think we can. We could do some fun things in title, because one thing that I've put together for some other companies, South Florida, unfortunately, not the most honest companies, the broker companies down there. It's very different culture, different human being, different type of broker. I've recruited both Florida and California heavily, and both mortgage loan officer or broker types. It's just not. It's not very similar to Ohio. Ohio people work. They'll hustle for small loan, big loan, doesn't really matter. But out there, people are looking for 1-2 loans a month where they could make their 2.75 and just chill out for the rest of the month. And it's a difficult culture, but I think I haven't worked for a bank or a Fed or state charter since Emory Federal, and I do want to give it a go again. So I back to what I was getting into with the ramp up. What's the best you can do for ramp up for me on a 120-day basis, and then moving forward with the salary? Because I'm looking, my goals. I used to want to make roughly $1 million a year originating, and I had years where I came real close, and I had years where I did average. But right now, my goal with this right now as an originator is around 250. Okay, so I'll adjust my numbers to hit my mark. So 250 is what I'm looking to do short term, and then hopefully get into some tweaking of bank branch opportunity and referral sources, not just for me but for the company. Benefits everybody because people don't realize I've got friends in Chicago that work for small banks, Busey Bank, for example, but they get business from the branches and they take it for granted, and they don't do much with it. But if you can get 2 deals a month, you should be able to get 10 from the branch. Simple signage, simple proper motivation for people sitting in the branch, for people sitting at desks who aren't loan officers but want to be, but can speak, but they can't speak rate, but they can tell you, oh my gosh, did you see today's mortgage rates? You should give our loan officer a call. I mean, little things go a long way. But yeah, I mean, if we can work something out, I'm ready to go. I'm not, all I need is a platform, licensing. Um,
Yeah, so let's just go over a couple things with you though, because I did look up on the MLS listing, because it's national, and I did look up your name, and there was some things that came up that were concerning that I need to bring up to you,
okay.
because there's just been a lot of places since 2000, or actually 1998. All those places you went through, maybe about 2 dozen places over that period of time.
Mm-hmm.
The longevity with those are not more than a year. I think some of them were like 3 years or 4 years, but there was like a couple that were like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 1 year. And to take a chance on someone who's been jumping around and showing less than a year in longevity with some of these mortgage companies is a red flag. So I just want to know why you would be jumping around, because we'll deal with the Liberty Mortgage. You were there from 3 of 18 to 4 of 18, 1 month. The other one was from 4 of 18 to 12 of 18. So that's 8 months. From 1 of 19 to 3 of 19, 3 months. So I mean,
okay.
Yeah,
I'll tell you real quick. Yeah, you got a question? Hey, let me answer, my friend. Let me answer. Okay.
All right.
Hesh Sagafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. First of all, he's a scumbag. Second of all, he flew me in. I was going to be recruiting for him, and I was going to recruit under my company's name, FirstFedFunds.com, and it wasn't legal per Hesh, who's paying his loan officer 300 bips and whacking his people across the board. So that was Hesh. So Hesh, you can call him up. I got his number myself. If you want to ask him, he'll tell you. Okay, next one. No, I got it. Hold it. Next one. Who was the next one?
Fidelity.
Okay, Fidelity. I was the business development vice president, and I got extorted by John Grippa. He was the ex-head of the Ohio Association of Mortgage Brokers, and his partner, Rick, who basically, when my pipeline, once I got to originating after doing their website and training the processors and doing all the recruiting, once I got my pipeline up to about 20 loans, Ricardo Sands, he is what is known as a disbarred attorney for looting a trust fund. Yeah, Rick stole my pipeline, so I had to leave Fidelity. And then, let's see, who's the next one?
Well, you also have on here for something that was Obsident Financial. You were there from only 5 months.
2 different stints. I got Raymond Moats, who's probably going to go to jail real soon. Got him 28 loan officers the first time, roughly 3 months. These are NMLS conversions. And Ray decided not to pay my loan officers or me. So it turned into a bad situation. Ray and
that's three in a row that you just mentioned that either stole from you, took from you, or lied to you.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Are you doubting me, sir?
No, I'm just saying it's just a pattern of jumping around. I'm just saying.
No, I don't. I actually don't understand what you're saying. Elaborate, please.
Yeah. So for me to package up an offer for you, you're asking me to make you an offer and bring you on board. And in order for me to go to bat for you, based on your background, I'm going to go ahead and send this into my HR team, who scours what I'm going through right now, plus you do a more in-depth background check as well. They're going to find a pattern of bouncing around from place to place and need to know why. They need to show some product production. So when you're asking me for a job and you're asking me to come on board, you want me to go to bat for you, and I'm showing a pattern of concern. And
Okay.
I just need to have some.
Okay, let's go through them all. So we have Obsidian. I came back to them. I've had everything in contract, and Ray burnt me again. I was going to try to get recoup a little bit, but Raymond Moats decided to burn me again. Then I got I3 Lending. Raymond Moats, owner of Obsidian, and Sunjay and Goresh, owner of I3 Lending, same neck of the woods, within about 100 miles of each other. They used to be partners with Centrix Mortgage before they screwed all their fucking loan officers. Excuse me. But yeah, so you've got I3, you've got Obsidian, you got John Grippa, and you've got Emory Federal, and you've got, let's see, you didn't ask me about them, but I told you about them. Missing somebody. But yeah, I tell you this, doubt me, and let me show you. I don't lie. My W-2s speak for themselves, my friend. So I'm not getting fired. I'm not stealing.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you're stealing or being unethical. I'm just saying that it's a pattern. So if you fill out an application, just showing you, I've been doing this for over 26 years.
Me too, exactly.
So yeah, I've been in the lending position, retail position for over 25 years. So I've hired a lot of people, a lot. Retail, back office, origination, sales, all across the board. Okay, so I'm just saying, if I had you go and put an application, I send you a link to have put an application in, this pattern right here is going to show up on your resume when they go ahead and pull it.
Okay.
They're going to want to know. They're going to ask me questions on why, not me. They're going to, they'll go ahead and vet you just because you're applying online, and whether or not we want to bring you on board. This is going to show a pattern of concern. That's why I'm trying to get some ideas of why the short period of time between each one of these jobs.
It's a scummy industry on the recruiting side, especially. That's why I'm not looking to recruit anymore unless it be for my own company. I've put in tons of effort, and you know what it's like to recruit and get burnt. Everyone you speak to, I get it, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone you speak to is a fucking genius. And then you look at the resume, you're like, oh my God, this guy is a genius. Oh my God, so excited. And then they're all bummed. You know that. Not all, but 80%, 90%, possibly 95%. So I get it. But yeah, man, I've had.
And then you have to look on the global part too, not the global, but on the firm side. The amount of money to bring somebody on board, go through the training, get them up and running, assign them to branches, get the marketing going. That's a 5 to 6 month ramp up period to answer your question from before about the ramp up. To be fully effective and at least up and running, or a shorter period of time. I'll give somebody up to 5 or 6 months at least, come in, get acclimated with the system, and now start producing, and at least have a pipeline that you're going to start, relying on. 1 year, you're probably catching your stride. So I'm looking at this pattern of there's a lot of companies that you spent less than 1 year in. So the expense.
No, that was recruiting.
The firm.
No, I understand, but let's talk about expense real quick. Let's talk about expense real quick. Just out of curiosity, just let me grip my head around this. Okay. What is the guarantee monthly?
There is no guarantee monthly.
You said something yesterday about 3,000, something like that.
Well, I told you it was a variable comp because it's a non-forgivable draw.
Oh, it's a draw. Okay, so expenses. Let me write down expenses real quick because I want to make sure that I'm dealing with an honest, good company too. So you got a draw. Okay, so nothing. So there's no salary, right?
So you have a draw.
Right. No. Answer me, please. No salary, correct?
Correct.
Okay. No hourly.
You have to log your hours hourly.
I understand, but but is there an hourly wage?
It breaks down to an hourly rate, so by law, we have to do it that way.
I know, but there's no salary, but there is hourly?
No. So you just work off of commission, straight commission, just put it that way.
But what would I be clocking in for? I'm just curious.
Because you work for a bank, we're federally regulated, so if you're working for the bank, even though you're doing a non-forgivable draw, you have to chart your hours.
Okay, so the draw is guaranteed, but recoupable, but it's based off of an hourly, correct?
It's based off of hourly, but you have to make sure you have enough production to cover that per month.
I understand.
If you don't, you're going to have a deficit going into the next month.
Okay, all right, cool. So, I got you, man. Been doing this 26 years. No salary. Hold on. No salary. No true hourly. Hold on. True hourly. No marketing budget. Hold on. Marketing budget. No assistant. 40 some bips. 70 bips. company bank makes about 5 points a loan. I make about half a point. Okay, let me see. So no salary, no hourly. You've got to clock in. There's no marketing budget. There's no assistant. So you hit roughly $2 million a month. I'm getting 40 bips on on referral business from the branch. Getting roughly 70 bips from my own business. The bank's making about 5 points a deal prior to securitization and sell-off. So I'm making half point. Bank's making 5. There's no salary, no hourly. So I'm confused as to what your investment is other than time. But I've been doing this 26 years. So other than time, what's your investment? That you explained all this stuff to your people for. That I'm embarrassing myself right now. Like begging for a job. That basically paying you. I'm just curious.
I really don't get the question, Chad. I mean,
no. I mean, you're telling me you see a pattern. You see a pattern that you got to explain to your people because the investment that you're making, the investment. Yeah. Listen, just quote you exactly. So you're 6 month to a 1 year investment. So I'm asking you what the investment is from the bank because there's no salary, no hourly, no marketing budget, no assistant. I'm getting 40 bips on referral, and I'm getting 70 bips on self gen. You guys are making about 5 points. I'm making roughly 70 basis points. You guys are making 5. I'm making around an eighth of that.
Okay, so you've been in the business, so on the 5 basis points, there's a huge overhead corporately.
No, not really. Not really. I mean, dude, I'm a numbers guy. I've been in real estate 26 years. I mean, salary. I mean,
we have underwriters, processors.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on, dude. I've been doing this a long time. I've ran companies literally with literally 20 times the amount of loan officers than Citizens Bank has. I'll tell you what, Brian. Let me think about it. I'm gonna call you back. I gotta go. I got a call coming in. Bye. Dipshit. Let me tell you something. You see how fucking stupid these motherfuckers are? Hey, Brian, it's Citizens just fucked himself. I'm gonna call him back later. I'm gonna get everything. I'm gonna tell him. No, my salary's gonna be $5 million a year. I'm shooting fucking high. $5 million a year, Brian. I'm taking you guys fucking down. You fucking cocky fucking loser. I gotta find his fucking last name. Adios, Brian and Citizens. Welcome to banking, guys. Okay, so listen, it's an investment for them, but they don't pay anything. They don't provide anything. And he's full of fucking shit. Welcome to my world. Adios.